Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel. This will be a 3-card spread for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Having a look to see what someone romantically special to you might be regretting about you or about your situation. Now, you might be in contact with this person, you might not be, but hopefully we can gauge and see what this person is feeling, if they do have any regrets towards you, your relationship, your marriage, your connection, your fling, your short or long-term connection. So we'll have a look and see. So this is for those that are curious, and please remember that this is a general reading, but hopefully there is something here that'll give you some sort of clarity at least. If you do enjoy this content, please feel free to leave behind a like, a share or a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated, Leo. Otherwise, let's have a look and see what they are regretting. What is this person regretting? Okay, 3 cards for the sign of Leo. Okay, you've got the Page of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, let's start the reading off with the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is a bit of a juggling act here. It is a card of making multiple things happen at the one time, multitasking or juggling 2 very different things, one of which I think was your connection or your relationship. Now, the Earth energy can be a Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. The 2 of Pentacles is a bit of a juggler here. He's trying to make things work, okay? And it could be multiple things. There could be regret that this person either juggled you, your connection, and another connection. So maybe this is for those that found out this person was dishonest or had someone else on the side or was involved with multiple people. There might be regret for this sort of behavior if that's the case. It can be job related as well. It's not always another person. The Pentacles can be that this person tried to juggle a job and a relationship and struggled to make that happen. Okay, so if they were quite career focused or had a lot on their plate and neglected the relationship, there could be regret coming from this person here, Leo, that they caused you that. You know, I always associate the juggler with a bit of a trickster here. Okay, the juggler entertains, can lead us on a little bit, intrigue us, yes. And I wouldn't say it's manipulation. I mean, it could be, but I feel like someone regrets making themselves out to be a certain way when they really weren't. The fact that the 2 is here could represent duality or 2 very different facets of this person, 2 very different sides, wants, needs, or like inner uncertainty. But it could lead to the fact that this person wasn't entirely sure about you and regrets being in 2 minds about your relationship. And I think this is heightened more so for the Leos that dealt with someone who did give them a lot of mixed messages. They acted one way, but they behaved another. And I think that the fact that that's coming up here, they could very well be regretting that sort of energy. Okay. The next card over is the 10 of Wands, followed by the Page of Wands, both of which represent fire energy, a fellow Leo, Aries or a Sagittarius. The 10 of Wands, you can see that she's sort of wrapped up in a tricky situation here. She's sort of tied to the tree, or he. I don't know if you can see the figure here. That's sort of tied to the tree. It's dark. There's lots of vines, which can symbolize growth, tightness, pressure, confusion. With the 10 of Wands, it is seen as burdensome energy or us being in a bit of a pickle. Now, I would assume that there's someone here that may be regretting tying you up in certain situations or placing some sort of burden on you. Whether this was pressure to meet parents, pressure to act a certain way, pressure to be a certain way, pressure to impress their friends, pressure into the movement, the progression of the relationship. I don't know if there's regret for putting that sort of burden on you. There's something that they regret putting a heaviness on you. Maybe they caused a lot of pain or angst or heartache or worry, and they could be living with that sort of regret now with the 10 of Wands. Although these cards aren't, these 2 cards are in fact a continuation of each other. You can see that the artwork merges very, very nicely here, and that we have the Page of Wands, and he's not in a very good situation here. So, but before I move on to that, I feel like we have something very crazy and chaotic happening with the Ten of Wands. But the Two of Pentacles is just sort of sitting back against the wall, like, I'm minding my own business. I'm not getting involved in this. I'm going to turn a blind eye to it. So it could be regret that this person didn't get involved or didn't care enough to get involved or help or whatever it is that they were supposed to do or you wanted them to do. They failed to do, and they could be regretting that. But I feel like with the Ten of Wands here, there's something about pressure here or burdensome energy that they placed on you. Something about heaviness. They brought you into something that was very complex. You can see the vines and they're very wrapped up around the trees here. It could even be restricting the trees from growing. So they might have restricted you from seeing friends or talking to certain people or from going out. There could have been restrictive measures that they placed on you that caused a heaviness in the relationship or in the marriage, the connection, and that could be the sort of regret they're living with. But I do want to mention, look at this page here. He's in a very, very bad situation. It's almost like a blaze has consumed him. And he's gotten himself in this tricky situation here. There's fire, we've got the roots, he's tied up at the legs here. For some of you Leos that have hurt this person, I don't know what you did to hurt them, what you said or did, and this might not be for everyone. Okay, it's not always this other person's fault. Sometimes our behavior and actions hurt other people. Okay, we're adult enough to acknowledge that. But this person is regretting. It's almost like you had them very much in your grip, Leo, and you knew that. You knew what you were doing to this person, and they regret. It's almost like they were potentially your pawn. So it's almost like you had such a grip or hold over them. You got them caught up in a situation. For some of you Leos, again, not for all, but for some of you Leos, this person is regretting having gotten themselves involved when they saw what you were doing to them. And again, this isn't for all of you. But I think this grip here, it's either if you didn't do this to them, Leo, they did this to you and they're really regretting it. They used you. They held you tightly. They had their power and hold over you. And it could be that they're regretting it. But the Page of Wands, it makes me think, was he too daring? Was he too trusting to get himself involved in this situation? He didn't have his wits about him. And I don't mean to be insensitive towards the character of the Page of Wands, but in this particular deck, he wasn't protective over himself and he got involved in this situation here. So it could be that this person is having regretted not being protective enough, or the fact that the Page of Wands, gets himself involved in that crazy situation here, that detrimental situation. It could very well be that this person is regretting not having their wits about them. It's risk-taking behavior. They didn't give enough thought. They took risks. They didn't take things slowly. The Page of Wands is known for his hot-headedness, for how impulsive he can be. So it's someone that that is really living with some sort of regret here, for either not taking things too seriously, not having their guard up, not protecting themselves, or extremely risk-taking behavior. So they're regretting the risks they took, or they're regretting impulsive behavior. They're regretting maybe even actions. I mean, I think it's definitely actions. The behavior, yes, because it's the ones that's all about the physical action we can take and the behavior we exhibit. So it's more that they're regretting their impulsive behavior, or they're regretting their hot-headed behavior here, Leo, okay? So that could definitely be the case for this person. But regardless of their sign, I do hope this reading has given you at least a little bit of insight to potentially how this person is thinking or feeling. If you have enjoyed this content, please feel free to leave behind a like, a share, or a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Please remember, this is a general reading, okay? It's obviously not going to appeal or apply to everyone, but I do hope you have enjoyed it, and hopefully there'll be many more themed readings to come, Leo. So please take care, and until next time, have a great month, and bye for now.